What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Before You Stream, the series in which we take a game, analyze it, look at all aspects of its content, and find out whether or not it would be a good game for you to stream as a live streamer. With this series, we look at all aspects of a game that you would need to know if you are going to stream it. The content potential while you are live, the content potential when you finish your streams, and we also look at how that game might perform no matter what type of streamer you are. One thing became super clear in the comment section of the last episode of Before You Stream was that you all really wanted to see a specific game. So in today's video, we're going to be answering all the questions you might have before you stream Valorant. One thing you should definitely consider having sorted before you stream is your designs for your stream. And that's where today's sponsor comes in, Own.tv. On Own.tv, you can browse through tons of amazing stream packages for your content. They have things like amazing follower alerts, subscriber alerts, webcam borders, transitions, overlays, you name it, it's there. Own is so affordable, and there's literally a package to suit any style of stream, be it a crazy sci-fi stream or a chilled out, nice cozy stream as well. Own recently released an amazing emote maker so that if you're someone like me and always is looking for emotes about every single joke you make on your stream and want an emote made out of them, you can now do it using Own's emote maker. Seriously, there's something for everybody on Own.tv, and I highly recommend checking it out. You can also save a massive 50% discount at checkout by using code xTwoShoes after you follow the link in the description. A massive thank you to Own for continually sponsoring the channel. Much love. Check them out in the description. Originally going by codename Project A, Riot Games' Valorant had its initial foray into the public eye during its closed beta in April 2020, followed by a full public release in June of that year. Valorant quickly cemented itself as one of the FPS powerhouses alongside other competitive shooters like CSGO, Overwatch, and Rainbow Six Siege. Valorant took the genre and flipped it on its head a little bit. It added a number of really interesting mechanics and a selection of exciting agents to play, abilities, ultimate abilities, and frequent updates introducing new maps, agents, weapon changes, and more. While its popularity on Twitch has seen a number of peaks and troughs, one of the main things we should look at when deciding if Valorant is a viable game for growth on Twitch is the category. In our last episode, when we looked at the Minecraft category, what we saw there was basically one or two huge streamers holding a couple of thousand views, and those views becoming a lot lower as we just moved even a little bit down the category. Valorant could not be more different. At the time of this recording in the Valorant category, the top 50 streamers have at least 1,000 views. It took me scrolling through 250 live Twitch channels to find somebody with under 40 viewers, meaning that if you're a new streamer watching this, you're going to be a couple of hundred channels below that again. The reality of the situation is people will not scroll to find you in this category, meaning that if streaming is your only source of content, you're literally going to have to rely on blind luck in the form of a massive raid or a huge shout out or something to get your stream discovered. Not to say that it's impossible, I know people have done it, but given those numbers, it's unlikely that you will see organic growth simply from just streaming Valorant. Some advice that I typically give when talking about categories on Twitch and how to be more visible in them is always have a good title. However, I just don't feel like that's going to be enough to set you apart from the thousands of other people streaming in this category. Yes, it's going to be a benefit, and you should always strive to have an interesting title on your stream, not just the words chill Valorant games, grinding to diamond. That's just not enough here. What you are absolutely going to need is other content, but more on that later. Next, I want to look at the content potential Valorant offers while live, meaning that how much good content can you make just while you are live, and how entertaining can you make your live stream in terms of content. The reality is most people who will flock to the Valorant category are on the lookout for competitive gameplay. People here want to see those high intensity games, some really great plays, and some wild stuff happening in a competitive backdrop. And I know what you're thinking. I'm cracked at Valorant. I'm so good. I got to diamond in like 2 days. I'm gonna have 1,000 viewers and it's gonna be amazing. Spicy take here, but it is not enough to just be amazing at a game on Twitch anymore if that's your only plan to grow. Yes, if you're going to be streaming a competitive shooter or a competitive game of any kind, in this case Valorant, it helps to be really good at the game for sure. People want to see that. However, there are hundreds, if not thousands of people who are also amazing at the game. Just because you're crazy good, a lot of the time it is not enough to succeed. You also have to put a focus on engaging and interacting with your chat or with the people who could potentially be watching you. You don't have to be the most entertaining, funny, crazy person in the world, but putting an emphasis on your chat's enjoyment outside of games is a massive factor here. There's going to be downtime between matches. There's going to be downtime between rounds. You cannot just sit there and wait for the next game to happen. If you are not someone who's confident in this area, you should really consider practicing talking, practicing your storytelling, practicing your joke making, whatever it might be, some stuff to fill that time and make the chat's experience even better while they're watching your amazing gameplay. If you're somebody who's going to be live playing Valorant with your friends, please vet your friends. Don't be on a Discord call or on comms with somebody who could potentially say something against TOS or that could potentially get you in trouble on Twitch. Avoid streaming with your really edgy friends. Sure, edgy humor sometimes has its place, but if there's somebody who could be potentially problematic to your stream, maybe skip playing with them while you're live. You have to remember that if something bad is said on your stream, even if you are not the one who said it, you are the one who is responsible for it, and you're the one who's going to get in trouble. This one might sound a little bit harsh, but maybe avoid playing with somebody who has a really broken headset or really crackly audio coming through their mic. This does not make an enjoyable experience for your viewers. And I know that they might be your friend and yeah, you want to play with them, but you got to remember, you're streaming here. You're putting on a show. Your job is to entertain. If you wanted to just play games, there's no point being live. I wouldn't watch a talk show on TV where the guest's microphone is crackling and sounds awful. Now, most of this section so far has been focused on people who can actually play the game. But that doesn't mean that if you haven't played Valorant before or just really interested by the game, none of that means that you have no chance of growth in this category. You could always market your stream from the point of view of somebody learning the game for the first time. Somebody who really wants chat to come in and backseat them and help them through and help them get better. This could be an ongoing thing that could go on for a few weeks until you're good enough to go out on your own a little bit. You could market yourself as somebody transitioning from the likes of CSGO who's really trying to learn Valorant. Maybe you were good at CSGO or really liked that game and now you want to try something new. With the right stream title, that is something I would absolutely click on if I was hanging out in the Valorant category, which I do quite frequently. So those are some considerations for content while you're live. But now I want to talk about the meat and potatoes here, which is content while you are not live or post-stream content. What I mean by this is content that is taken from live content that is captured on your stream or downloaded afterwards and recycled into things like YouTube videos, short form videos like TikToks or Instagram Reels, etc. Short form content is going to be your best friend here. TikToks and YouTube shorts, etc. of good plays, funny moments, and fails often do so well across short form platforms. I always see them on my For You page on TikTok, and I'm always served them on YouTube shorts as well. My one piece of advice here for short form content is get them snappy, have them well edited, learn to edit or get someone to edit them for you, but having a little bit of editing goes a long way here. You are not the only person who's going to be producing shorts like this. There's a lot of them already out there, and giving yourself any inch above the competition you can helps. Some nice titling, some subtitles, some slow-mo, some zooms, all that kind of stuff look really good on Valorant shorts. In terms of long-form content such as YouTube videos for Valorant, there's potential there for sure, but unless this is content of a specific type, you may find growth from long-form content a little bit harder in this category. A lot of the long-form content I see around Valorant is things like guides or in-depth analysis videos on plays or certain agents. So if you're somebody who's new to the game or a smaller streamer, it may be harder to do that. Not impossible based on your knowledge of the game, but here's some ideas that you could potentially think about for long form videos. Perhaps you're new to the game and you make a video series charting your progress, showcasing some of your more recent games. You edit those down into a consumable length like 10 minutes or whatever and add a voiceover describing how the game went while it plays out in front of the audience. You could add what your takeaways were, what you learned, what you didn't learn, and this could be an ongoing series on your channel that you could take from your live content. And with the right title and thumbnail, this could be doing really well and it might be really fun for viewers to watch your progress. Maybe you're a streamer already with a little bit of a platform on Twitch. You can make a video series called I Streamed Valorant Every Day for a month. Talk about what it did for your numbers, what it did for your chat, bringing new people into your community. Did you lose people from your community? Did you get better at the game, etc. There's a lot of stuff you could do here with long form content and a lot of ways you could be original, but I really feel the emphasis here should be on short form content. All right, now that all that is out of the way, I want to give you all my ratings. At the end of these videos, I like to rate the game out of 10. However, I'm not just going to give it a solid rating because that rating does not apply to all types of streamers. There's lots of different types of streamers, so I've broken them down into a few categories that we're going to give ratings for. Number one, the high energy streamer. You know the type. 2Shoes for partner 2022. It's super important if you're going to be streaming Valorant to utilize that energy correctly. Sometimes screaming and shouting just isn't enough to actually keep people's attention. It can just get a little bit annoying after a little while. So utilizing that high energy correctly and having something to say between your outbursts is super important. And for that reason, if the high energy streamer was streaming Valorant, I would give them a 6.5 to an 8.5 out of 10. Next up is the chatter, somebody who puts a massive emphasis on talking or telling stories to their chat or engaging with their chat. Unfortunately, Valorant does not offer a lot of room for chatting. Games typically last between 20 to 45 minutes, and a lot of that time will be spent in high focus moments where you don't really have any room to do anything other than focus on the game. The only really downtime the game offers is between rounds or when you're queuing for new games. So it doesn't really provide a massive amount of opportunity to engage with your chat. Not to say that chatty streamers cannot find success in Valorant. That's not true. However, if you're somebody like me who relies on talking to chat to be entertaining, you might struggle a bit in this category. And for that reason, I'm giving the chatty streamer who wants to stream Valorant 4 out of 10. The cozy streamer, you know, you just want to pull up a blanket, make a cup of tea, sit down and watch them with some nice chill cozy vibes going on in the background. Valorant is not a particularly cozy game. I'm sure there is streamers out there that stream Valorant with a really relaxed vibe, but it's typically quite a tense atmosphere. There's not a lot of room to be listening to music or anything like that. So for the cozy streamer, I'm also going to be giving this one 4 out of 10. And finally, the high octane gamer, xTwoShoes 2022. If you're someone who can couple your high octane gaming skills with some really great engaging chat moments, as well as creating some badass short form and long form content, I think you stand to do quite well in the Valorant category. So for that reason, I'm giving the high octane gamer an 8.5 out of 10. And remember everybody, these are purely just my opinions. If you're somebody who's a cozy streamer and you still want to stream Valorant, absolutely do it. If you're somebody who's a chatty streamer and you still want to stream Valorant, absolutely do it. These are all purely my opinions, and don't let anything I say deter you from doing what ultimately you want to do on Twitch. Don't deny yourself some fun just because someone like me tells you you may not have it. But everybody, that is my conclusions for Valorant. Amazing game, a lot of fun. Let me know down below if you agreed with my ratings. It's always amazing to hear what you all have to say, and make sure you let me know what game you'd like to see me cover next in the comments as well. You can watch me stream 5 days a week over at twitch.tv/xTwoShoes, where I stream random games and lately games that I've been researching for this series. So if you want to have some fun, say hi over there. I'd love to say hello to you in my chat. If you missed last week's Before You Stream video on Minecraft, you can check that out here. It's a good one, I promise. And other than that, nothing else from me. I'll catch you in the next one. Much love. Peace out. Bye-bye.